At 80 years old, I have exactly 3 friends. 3. And I have never in my entire life been happier. Now I know that sounds strange. When I was 40, I had dozens of friends, luncheons every week, a phone that never stopped ringing, people everywhere. But here's what I've learned the hard way. Not everyone in your life is there to help you. Some people are there to drain you, to use you, to keep you small. And the older you get, the more dangerous these people become. Because when you're young, you have the energy to deal with difficult people. You can recover. You can bounce back. But after 70, after 75, every ounce of energy is precious. Every hour of peace matters. And one toxic person can destroy an entire week of your life. I learned this the hard way. And today, I'm going to tell you about 5 types of people who will ruin your old age if you let them. And I'm going to give you permission to do something our generation was never taught to do. Let them go. Type number 1, the guilt tripper. You know this person. You know them very well. Because there's a good chance this person is someone you love. The guilt tripper is the one who says, after everything I've done for you, you can't even do this one thing? The one who says, I guess I'll just sit here alone then. The one who says, fine, don't worry about me. I'm used to being disappointed. Every sentence is a hook, designed to pull you back, designed to make you feel like a terrible person for having your own needs. I had a sister like this. For 20 years, every phone call ended with me feeling guilty. If I couldn't drive her to her appointment, I was selfish. If I didn't come to her dinner, I didn't care about family. If I set a boundary, I was abandoning her. One day my husband said to me, have you noticed that every time she calls, you're miserable for 3 days after? He was right. 3 days, every single time. I stopped answering every call. I stopped saying yes to everything. And you know what happened? She found someone else to guilt. Because that's what guilt trippers do. They don't want your love. They want your obedience. You are not a bad person for protecting your peace. Say it with me. I am not a bad person for protecting my peace. Type number 2, the scorekeeper. The scorekeeper remembers everything, every favor they ever did for you, every time they watched your children, every casserole they brought when you were sick, every ride to the airport. And they hold it over your head like a debt you can never repay. Remember when I helped you in 1987? Remember that? You owe me. I had a friend named Barbara, known her since our children were in school together. But every conversation with Barbara eventually came back to something she did for me 20, 30 years ago, as if our entire friendship was a transaction, a balance sheet. One day I realized I wasn't her friend, I was her debtor. Real friendship doesn't keep score. Real love doesn't come with receipts. If someone is constantly reminding you of what they did for you, they didn't do it out of love. They did it to own you. Let them go. The debt isn't real. You don't owe anyone your happiness. Type number 3, the constant complainer. This person has never had a good day in their life. At least, that's what they'll tell you. Everything is terrible. The weather is bad. The government is bad. Their children don't visit enough. Their back hurts. The food at the restaurant was cold. The neighbor's dog is too loud. Nothing is ever okay. I used to walk every morning with a woman named Dorothy. Every single morning for 45 minutes, Dorothy would list everything wrong with her life. And by the time I got home, I felt like the world was ending. One morning, I woke up and my first thought was, I don't want to go on the walk today. And I realized Dorothy wasn't sharing her problems with me. She was transferring them. Her negativity was becoming my negativity. Her misery was becoming my mood. I stopped going every day, started going once a week, then once a month. And every time I chose a quiet morning on my porch instead, I felt lighter, like setting down a weight I didn't know I was carrying. You cannot fix a person who doesn't want to be fixed. You can only protect yourself from drowning alongside them. Type number 4, the one who only calls when they need something. Think about this carefully. When was the last time this person called you? Just to ask how you were. Just to talk. Just to check if you're okay. If you can't remember, that tells you everything. This person disappears for weeks, sometimes months. You don't hear a word. No call, no text, no visit. But the moment they need money, or a favor, or someone to watch the kids, or someone to complain to, suddenly your phone rings. And because you're kind, because you're generous, because you were raised to help people, you answer every time. I had a niece like this. I loved her dearly, but in 15 years, she never once called to ask about my health, never asked about my husband, never came to visit just because. But every 3 or 4 months, there was the call. Auntie, I'm in a tight spot. Can you help me out? The last time she called, I said, I love you, but this phone works both ways. Call me sometime when you don't need anything, and I'll know you actually care. She hasn't called since, and that silence told me everything I needed to know. Love is not a service you provide on demand. You are a person, not a convenience with a heartbeat. Type number 5, and this one is the hardest to talk about. The family member who doesn't respect you. This could be a child, a son-in-law, a daughter-in-law, even a grandchild. Someone in your own family who talks down to you, who makes decisions about your life without asking, who treats you like you're a burden, who rolls their eyes when you speak, who tells you you're too old to understand. This one hurts the most because you can't just walk away from family. It's not that simple. But I'm going to tell you something that took me 80 years to learn. Being family does not give someone the right to disrespect you. Sharing blood does not mean sharing your dignity. You raised these people. You cooked for them. You stayed up with them when they were sick. You held them when they cried. You sacrificed your own dreams so they could chase theirs. And that earns you respect. Not tolerance, not pity, respect. If someone in your family makes you feel small, you don't have to cut them off completely, but you can create distance. You can set boundaries. You can say, I love you, but I will not be spoken to that way. And if they don't change, then the distance you create is not cruelty, it's survival. Those are the 5 types: the guilt tripper, the scorekeeper, the constant complainer, the one who only calls when they need something, and the family member who doesn't respect you. If you recognize someone in this list, I know it hurts. Believe me, I know. Letting go of people, especially people you've known for decades, feels like losing a piece of yourself. But here's the truth nobody tells you. You don't have unlimited time left. None of us do. And every hour you spend being drained, being guilty, being used, being disrespected is an hour you'll never get back. At 80 years old, with 3 real friends and a quiet house, I wake up every morning in peace. No drama, no guilt, no phone calls that ruin my afternoon. And that peace is worth more than 100 fake friendships. You deserve peace. You've earned it. Don't let anyone steal it from you. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments, which type of person did you recognize in your life? I read every single comment, and your honesty helps someone else find the courage to let go too. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves.